Hi, welcome back. Today I am here with my January TBR. I know it's January, but it's like really hot in our apartment right now, so I couldn't handle the sweater I was wearing. So I have a lot of really exciting books coming up in January, so I'm going to show you guys some of my top priorities, some of the things I'm definitely planning on getting to, and then some of the things that I am hoping to get to this month if all goes well. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you guys saw my 2019 goals video, which I will link up above if you haven't seen it yet, you might know that I had a few things that I was aiming to read every month in 2019. So we're going to try to start strong. I'm hoping to read on average one nonfiction book a month, one book by an indie author, and one book of translated fiction in 2019. Now, I may not actually get to all of those every month, but I will at least have them on my TBR, and it may be that some months I read more or less than others. My nonfiction book that I'm planning to read this month is a memoir that I was sent for review. This is The Burn Zone by Renee Linell. This one sounded super interesting to me, which is why I said yes to reviewing it. It's a memoir about her time spent in a cult, which I always find really fascinating to read about, so this is going to be my nonfiction pick. Thank you for sending this to me. I'll let you guys know what I think. And then my indie pick for the month is one that I was also sent for review by the author. This is Gill's World. This is Gill's World by James Murdo, the first book in the Wanderers trilogy. This is adult science fiction. It sounded really interesting. I don't remember exactly what it's about, but I know it's sort of a post-apocalyptic book set in space, and it involves a girl with some kind of special abilities. I looked at some of the reviews, sounded really interesting, so I said yes. So this is going to be my indie pick for January. Finally, my translated fiction that I'm hoping to pick up this month is also sci-fi. This is The Three-Body Problem by Cixin Liu, translated by Ken Liu. This one actually won the Hugo Award. It is Chinese sci-fi, and I have heard nothing but good things about this book, so I'm really excited to have it. I picked it up recently from Book Outlet. It sounds like a really interesting premise. It's set against the backdrop of the Chinese Cultural Revolution, where the government has a secret project reaching out to talk to aliens. So yeah, sounds super cool. Those are the 3 books I'm planning to read to fulfill that challenge. Moving on to other books that I definitely need to get to. First up, I have The Best of Us by Robyn Carr. I'm actually already reading this. I'm filming this on New Year's Eve, so I don't think I'm gonna finish it today, but this is kind of women's fiction, romance. I hadn't read anything by Robyn Carr before, but so far it's pretty cute. It follows a woman who's moved to a small town to be a doctor and kind of a romance developing there. It also follows a couple of side characters who are teenagers that have a relationship. And yeah, it's good, it's cute. So far I'm about 60 pages into it. It's less than 300 pages. I think I'm gonna get through this really quickly. And in case you're wondering, this one does come out on January 8th. Then I have 2 buddy reads that I'm planning to do in January. The first one is with my friend Katrina over at the Fabulous Book Fiend, and she actually sent me this as a Christmas present so that we could read it together. This is Difficult Women by Roxane Gay. It is a collection of short stories with a very feminist bent to them. I started reading Roxane Gay in 2018 and discovered that I really loved her. I'm excited to pick up more from her, and I'm excited to buddy read this with Katrina. And then a book that I have been meaning to pick up, I put down, I never got back to it, and I'm finally going to read it, guys, and I'm gonna read it with Cami from Cami's Corner. She wanted to do a buddy read. This is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, the first book in the Mara Dyer trilogy. It is YA thriller slash horror. I did this as a try a chapter tag and was really into it, and then life happened and I never finished it. So we're gonna try this again in January, and hopefully this buddy read with Cami will go better than our last buddy read where I ended up DNFing the book. Guys, it's really bad. There were 2 buddy reads I did in 2018 where I ended up DNFing the book I was supposed to be buddy reading, and I feel so bad about it. So Cami, let's try again. Hopefully this one will go much better. Then I have some physical arcs that I'm very excited to get to. In fact, some of these are on my most anticipated books of 2019 list. The first one being In an Absent Dream by Seanan McGuire. I actually also have the finished copy pre-ordered, but I have a signed art copy, which is so exciting. I met her at New York City Comic-Con, and she was amazing and gave me her last arc, and I was like so grateful, and she signed all my books. Like, she's just the loveliest person. This is book 4 in the Wayward Children series. I've heard really great things about this book, and I've been loving the series, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. And then one of my most anticipated books, guys, I'm so here for it. This is Slayer by Kiersten White. It is a new YA novel set in the world of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I'm, yes, and also Kiersten White can really write great characters, so I don't really know anything about what this is about. I don't really want to. I just want to go into it, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I also have a copy of the follow-up to Reign the Earth by A.C. Gaughen, which was one of my picks for most underhyped books in 2018 that deserves more attention. This is actually a companion novel. It's not a direct sequel. It's called Imprison the Sky, and I don't really know what this one is about, but I'm excited to read it. The first book was, I thought, fantastic, and it really deals with abusive relationships and domestic violence. I don't know what this one's going to deal with, but I'm excited to read it. And then I have two more arcs that I definitely want to get to. The first one is The Cold is in Her Bones by Peternelle van Arsdale. I love the cover art on this. I think it's beautiful, and here's what it says on the back. Milla knows two things to be true. Demons are real, and fear will keep her safe. Which is crazy. So it's about a girl who lives with her family on an isolated farm, and I don't know, like it sounds really good. I also suspect, like, I'm not sure, so don't quote me on this, but this might feature a female-female romance, maybe? I'm not sure. So yeah, but I'm excited to read this. It's not terribly long either. It's like, oh my gosh, it's only 250 pages. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna read this month. Very excited for it. Then the other arc that I really am hoping to get to this month is Death Prefers Blondes by Caleb Roehrig. And I think it is a comedic murder mystery involving drag queens. So yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be super fun. I heard it's hilarious, and I'm very, very excited to give it a try. And then the other book that I definitely want to pick up in January, because I was supposed to do this in December and it's like one of the things that didn't end up happening, is Beauty of Darkness by Mary E. Pearson. This is the final book in the Remnant Chronicles trilogy, which I have been really loving. It's kind of a, oh, there's something in there. What's in there? Oh, that's interesting. Just like a random shopping list. That's hilarious. This is kind of a chunker. I didn't end up getting to it, but I very, very much want to read this. So this is another book on my like definitely need to get to in January list. Okay, so all of that being said, let's get to my stack of some of the books that I would like to read in January. There are others as well, as there always are, and also depending on which of my audiobooks come through, there will be other books I'll be reading. And I still have 3 books left to read for this secret project video that I've been working on for like 2 months, so those are gonna happen, which is why my definitely gonna read list is shorter than it usually is. That's why. Okay, so things that I would like to read. First, I've got a couple of romance novels. Oh, and I've got stuff that's coming. Oh, shoot. Okay, so here's the thing. I actually have a pre-order of a novella by Alyssa Cole that should be coming into my Kindle in January, so I will probably pick that one up. I can't remember what the title is, but I'll put a picture right here. It's a novella in the Reluctant Royal series, which I have been really loving. I am also hoping to pick up Do You Want to Start a Scandal by Tessa Dare. I have heard that this is one of her funnier books. It sounds like it would be a lot of fun. It's basically like Clue, but with some kind of a scandal. It's a historical romance, and I've heard it's really hilarious, so I am looking forward to picking that one up. And then the other romance that I'd like to pick up is a gift that I received from Mara at Books Like Whoa a while back. This is The Duchess War by Courtney Milan. I know she really likes Courtney Milan, and this one she thinks that I'll particularly really like. It's another historical romance, but it's got like some feminist stuff to it, and she said it's just really fun, so I'm hoping to pick that one up. So yeah, those are my 2 romance novels I'm hoping to get to. And then this has been on my TBR for a few months, but I haven't gotten to it. I really want to. This is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. It's the beginning of his new YA sci-fi series. I've heard nothing but good things about this. I really want to read it. December ended up just being the month of like romances and audiobooks for me, so I didn't get to some of these books that I was hoping to get to, but in January, hopefully soon. Similarly, I've been wanting to read An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green for a while. I have it. I want to read it. I'm hoping I can pick it up soon. I've, again, heard really good things about this. I'm not going to talk about it. You've probably been hearing about it. And then I also really want to continue on with Anne Bishop's Others series. So the next book is Murder of Crows. This is another one I would love to pick up. I adored Written and Read. It was one of my favorite books of the year. So I really want to continue on with the series, and hopefully I can pick this up in January. And then I have a couple of arcs I got at events that I'm interested in reading, but they're not like as much of a priority for me. If I can, I would like to get to them. The first one is Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. This is like adult fiction of some sort, and the cover is beautiful. I don't actually know what it's about, but I know people are excited because she hasn't written anything. I think she wrote the 13th Tale, which was a big deal. So yeah, I might get to this. I also may pick up 96 Words for Love by Rachel Roy and Ava Dash. This sounds like it could be fun. It's a YA modern retelling of an Indian legend, and yeah, I don't know. It seems like it could be fun. The cover is very pretty. And then a book that I've had an arc of from BookCon and never got around to reading, and I'm so sad because I know it's gonna be great. I've heard like fantastic things about this, is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nguyen. Most people seem to really be loving this, although they do say be aware that it's got a lot of pretty heavy content in terms of like sexual assault and abuse. It's about a girl who is like forced to join the emperor's harem essentially, and then there's a relationship that develops, a romance that develops between her and one of his other paper girls, and there's magic, and yeah, I don't know, I've heard really great things about it. It's a debut novel, so I do want to get to it. So there you have it. Those are all of the books that I'm hoping to pick up in January. Let me know if you are interested in buddy reading any of these books with me, if any of these are on your TBR, and question of the day, what is the book that you're most excited to read in the beginning of the new year? If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.